What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back another video on the channel, and today we were back in the kitchen. I made one of my OG recipes. This is basically a macro-friendly version of Hamburger Helper. Literally protein elbows, I should say, 96.4 ground beef, and then I season it up with different kinds of things. This time I use like a sun-dried tomato Alfredo, some fat-free cheese, and of course tomatoes, and just some other seasoning. It's basically macro-friendly Hamburger Helper. If you want to see the full recipe, I will be posting it on my Instagram as well as TikTok. It's super easy to make. I basically just told you all the ingredients. Just mix it all up, and that's what you have. And that is what we have. But we got something we got to talk about today. There has been a ruckus. Can I say ruckus? Did you hear this ruckus? That's a Breakfast Club joke. A lot of y'all probably haven't even seen that because it's even older than me, which is crazy. I want to talk about this article I saw today. It's been out for a couple of days, but it's going pretty viral on all the social media outlets, and I found this to be, well, it brought the passion out. Oh, this is raspberry lemonade. I have the 7-Eleven container. I always like to announce my drinks, because sometimes I do forget. And I did remember to put ice in the ice cube tray for once. So we got all of that, but we're going to get into this topic. I want to get right into this. Of course, if you're digging the content, you guys now know my numbers better than I do. I had no idea, but yesterday we reached 60,000 subscribers. I had no idea it was even that much. So thank you again. Just keep hitting the like, subscribe, the thumbs up. It's been, ever since I started saying that, the channel started growing. So I have to say it. I hate saying it. It's so cringe, but I'm going to say it anyway. Let's go Hamburger Helper. Don't matter. Look at this. Look at the listen. If it don't sound like this, if it don't sound like that, don't tell me there's not enough cheese in here, bro. Okay? That's why I'm not fat. Just listen. Hear me out. A lot of cheese in here. You'd be surprised. Ooh. This is one of my OG recipes, bro. I love Hamburger Helper since like day one. So my mom never made it either. She's like, I don't want me to hear. I'll make something better. That's where I got this idea from. You know how to go. You grew up in a black house, but listen up. This article, and I gotta pull my phone out. I'm gonna pop it up across your screen right now. This article, I need to top this off, is called The Rise of Lonely Single Men, and so many people have had so many takes on this. You know I gotta throw my hat in the ring on this one. I found it very interesting, and I think people might be surprised what I have to say about it, because you have to read the context of the article. It says lonely single men, and that's a buzzword. A lot of dudes are like, I ain't lonely. I get you, I'm not lonely either. But you gotta listen to what they're saying, and I kind of dig the whole thing, so let's get into this. I'll put it across your screen. Basically the key points of the article, and put that right there. It says dating opportunities for heterosexual men are diminishing as relationship standards rise. Men represent approximately 62% of dating app users, lowering their chances for matches. And last, it says, this article is written by a man, by the way. Men need to address their skills deficits to meet healthier relationship experiences. And already it seems like it's attacking men, right? When I first saw the title of the article, I was like, hold up, man. What y'all trying to say? I'm not gonna lie. I'll always be honest with y'all. So you gotta dig deep into this thing. And why they're saying that the number of single men is rising. Basically, that women are holding us to a higher standard and we can't keep up. That's a lot, bro. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna go off through the key points, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about each one and kind of weigh in on this, because I feel like people are getting it misconstrued. First thing, coming across your screen right now, dating apps. Whether you're just starting to date or recently divorced and dating again, dating apps are a huge driver of new romantic connections in the United States. The only problem is that upwards of 62% of users are men, and many women are overwhelmed with how many options they have. Competition in online dating is fierce, and lucky in-person chance encounters with dreamy partners are more than ever. I'm reading this for the first time with you, by the way. I've only spoken about it, but I've never read the article. So this is like a literal reaction. So let's talk about the dating app thing. There are two different experiences on dating apps, in my opinion. There's one for men and one for women. They're not lying. The statistics don't lie. I would say that I would think it's accurate that about 60% of the users are male. Which means it's like being at an online party. There's a lot more men to choose from for women. And unlike men, women are a lot more stricter when it comes to finding a potential partner. 90% of women that I know go for 10% of men. That's something that's an old adage that's said, and I do believe that. Especially on a dating app. And here's why. In my past, I've been on dating apps. I've also spoken to men and women who've had them. The thing that I've noticed overwhelmingly is that men tend to like or swipe or whatever it is on dating apps a lot more than women do. Women usually reject the majority of men that come across their face. The problem is there's a lot of men that come across their face. You get what I'm saying? Don't take that way. I swear to God, y'all are nasty. Listen. There's a lot of men throwing themselves at women on dating apps. I've spoken to men who literally will just like every single person they see in hopes of finding a match. I've never met a woman who does that. Usually women are fighting men away. What that leads to is a sense of overwhelmingness, because the majority of people that you talk to, if you're going speed dating, which is what this is, they tend to say something stupid and you kind of next them. Anyone with options is going to do the same thing. They're going to look, and if you say something stupid, because the standards are crazy on these apps, because there's so many people trying to get at them, if you say something dumb, you're done. If you do something dumb, you're done. Not many men have that mentality when it comes to women. And I'm only saying this to be honest, because a lot of men don't have that sort of options. You don't have hundreds of women trying to talk to you on a daily basis. On dating apps, most women have hundreds of men trying to talk to them every single day. That's tough. So what I'm saying is, fellas, it's real out there in them trenches. You're really going to have to stand out in order to catch somebody's eye. And making an excuse about somebody because they reject you is not an acceptable thing. A lot of times dudes will try to go for women on these apps, and even in real life, that they deem not as attractive. Whatever reason you have. So you feel even stupider when that same woman rejects you. There are people out there for everyone. Meaning, if there's hundreds of guys, and you got to think about it this way. It's like a virtual sausage party. If you ever been to a party where there's 3 girls and like 20 guys, she has her pick. If you don't stand out, it's going to be tough. Just understand that. Dating apps for men are a completely different experience. A lot of guys that I know have been on dating apps, they don't get any like interaction whatsoever. And the ones that do, it's minimal. So they tend to try to concentrate on that 1 or 2 people that showed interest in them. And sometimes they overwhelm these people because she's trying to talk to 30 people and you're like maybe talking to 1 or 2. Like it or not, that's reality. They're single. They can do what they want in this sense. So it's tough out there. It doesn't mean that you're not up to par. It just means that you got a lot of competition in something in that situation. Dating apps have become so popular because of after 2020, most people were online trying to find interaction of some sort. So you've got to find ways to stand out. And if you don't, you got to find other ways to try to find a potential partner. I also want to live this point in here too. I also think that the rise of single men is because a lot of men just don't care anymore. Like, when I say they don't care, it's more in the sense of you're trying to just work on yourself. You're trying to get paid. You know, a lot of men now will spend their 20s trying to get the bag. I ain't seen nothing wrong with that. So you're not, it's not your priority. That can also be a reason. I don't think that this thing is 100% accurate, but there's truth to what they're saying. Every woman I know on dating apps, we have like 100, 200 likes in an hour, bro. I'm not joking. I know women who have had thousands of people like them in a single day. Thousands. I can't even talk to 1,000 people in a day. Let alone people like me. You get what I'm saying? That's tough, man. So, might want to go another route or try to find a better way to stand out if you're going to be on there. Just understand it's speed dating, so you got to have a different temperament. Which leads me to point number 2, which is on here. Relationship standards because of that. Fellas, imagine this. Imagine you had 30 girls trying to talk to you and one of them was acting up. Would you give a shit? Would you care? Let's be real. Any dude I know with options, when somebody act up, they don't care. They got somebody going to replace you in a heartbeat. That's what they have. So the relationship standards are much higher. Much higher. Whether you like it or not. You can't force somebody to like you. So, relationship standard, let's read that second bullet point. With so many options, it's not surprising that women are increasingly selective. They are, bro. Again, I have women clients. I have women I just speak to on a regular basis because of my job and whatever. And the amount of quickness that they will cut somebody off who says or does something stupid, I'm like, damn, you're harsh. That's the I'm telling you, bro. Like, I'm giving you inside info. Y'all gotta come correct or they gonna leave, bro. They will literally just stop talking to you if you say something stupid. And women will match with you. Or in real life. I've had women tell me stories about being at bars. A woman will find you attractive, you will open your mouth and you will screw it up. I've witnessed this. And I've seen it or heard the stories that women have told me. I hear recurring dating themes, the person that wrote it, between the women of ages 25 to 45, excuse me. They prefer men who are emotionally available, good communicators, and share similar values. And I've got to talk about this one. Understand something. I know dating apps, a lot of people don't use them for dating. Y'all use them for other stuff. And if you're using them for other stuff, trying to keep it clean, this doesn't apply to you. The only thing I can give this advice for people like that is this. If you're looking to just be honest. Be honest about that. But with that, don't get mad if that gets you cut off. Because I'd hate to tell you this, fellas, but that kind of thing that you're looking for, 90% of women can find that in a heartbeat. It does not make you special. So if you're going on these dating apps, or if you're in real life, treat it like real life. Would you go up to somebody in real life and just be like, hey, how you doing? I want to hook up. If that's what you're looking for, expect rejection 90% of the time. Because that's not where your value lies as a man. Doesn't mean your value lies in money or anything like that. But for a potential mate, it's not where your value lies. That's not what's going to make you stand out. And again, I'm talking to people who are looking for a partner. If you're looking for something like that, you just got to be honest. If you get rejected, just keep it moving. Last thing you want to do is somebody who's doing that. If you're like, yo, I want to, whatever, and they say no, just move on. Don't insult them. Don't do anything like that. That's cornball stuff. Legitimately. And I've seen a lot of dudes get very upset about things like this because a lot of people are addressing this as women. Again, man, I don't understand why people don't do this. But if there's an overwhelming majority of women showing you stupid stuff that they think is stupid, even if you think it's cool, there's a majority of women telling you that don't do that, don't do it. Ladies, this applies to you too, but this is what the article's about. So I'll get at y'all another day. Trust me, I got stuff to say, but that's not, y'all ain't on a stand today. We are. Being a good communicator is so important as well. If you can't communicate what you want in a tactful way, keyword, tactful, you have no shot. None. Similar values, it's pretty straightforward. Why would somebody want to be interested in someone who doesn't share the same value? Not interests, values. Whether that be religion, it could be political affiliation, I don't know what it is, but most people want to date somebody that has similar values as them. Meaning, if you're the type of person that wants the man to lead, some women do, some women don't. Always about compatibility. Compatibility is an issue these days because most people know what the hell they want. Both men and women. But this is the one that I'll probably spend the most time talking about. Skills deficits. What does that mean? Listen, for men, this means a relationship skills gap, if not addressed, will likely lead to fewer dating opportunities. Less patience for poor communication skills, and longer periods of being single. Problem for men is that emotional connection is the lifeblood of healthy long-term love. Emotional connection requires all the skills that families are still not consistently teaching their young boys. This one is the one that caused the most controversy on everything I've seen as far as like people stitching the video and you name it. Fellas, I gotta catch my bearings for this one. I've seen dudes on the internet saying, I'm a man, I'm not going to be emotional and act like it. You're missing the point. And you're proving the point, which is sad. Understand this. Emotional connection, or having emotions, or being in touch with your emotions does not make you less of a man. That is not the same as being an emotional person. It never has been, and it never will be. Being in touch with your emotions means that you can identify your emotions and figure out the root of the problem when it exists. And too many dudes spend too much time not doing that. And I am here to tell you, if you don't try to get your brain in check and understand your own emotions, if you cannot process emotions, you can't be in a relationship. Any kind of relationship. That includes a friendship. It's dangerous. It does not make you less of a man to understand why you're upset, or why you're happy, or why you're sad, or worse. And too many men, I'm out myself, bro. I spent most of my life doing that. I spent most of my life not showing any emotion whatsoever and trying to bottle everything up. That does not mean that you are an emotional person. That don't mean that I walk around crying, because I'm not a crier. It's just not me. It doesn't mean that I don't get sad. But I'm not walking around, I'm not saying that. And that's what too many dudes think that it is, and it's not that. This whole type of super alpha macho bullshit that, excuse my language, that people walk around with, bro, it's not what it is, man. That is not what being a man is. To me, manning up, being a man, in an emotional standpoint, is being able to process your emotions, to process your thoughts. If you don't, it's going to eat you up. I know too many people that end up in therapy because they can't. And you start turning to other stuff because you can't process your emotions, because you can't process your feelings. That don't mean you got to sit there crying, but you better understand why you're upset and understand how to cope with it. Because if you don't, it'll eat you up. And as a man, what they're saying, and it's true, and I've said it a billion times, as dudes, we weren't allowed to show emotion of any sort as kids. It was always be a man, right? You fall down, you get hurt, don't cry, man up. I completely understand that aspect, because you got to be strong. But that doesn't mean you can't understand that my leg hurts. You feel me? And people go too overboard with this type of macho stuff. As a young kid, as a teenager, anytime I would get upset, sad, whatever, bro, I'd just bottle it up. I ain't tell nobody. I never talked to nobody about it or nothing. The reason that it didn't boil over quicker was because I was a football player and I was allowed to take that sort of aggression and emotion out every single weekend. I was legally allowed to go hit people and running as fast as I could, and people cheered for it. It's crazy. But when those lights turned off and I couldn't play no more, I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know what it was. I ended up having anxiety attacks and shit. I didn't know why. Until I actually faced it. I'm I keep bottling stuff up. I wouldn't let anybody ever, whatever. And again, it don't mean that I'm sitting here crying in front of people. It just means that I understand my own self no more. Now, if I'm in a situation in a relationship where I'm pissed off or I'm about to argue or something, I'm much more calm about it. I don't need to argue. I'm not finna yell at you. You understand that whole thing I talk about protecting my peace? If somebody's going to constantly make you upset or whatever it is, it's not the right person for me. So I'm moving on. And some people don't know how to do that. But if I'm in a situation where it's somebody and they upset me, I got two things I do. And this is the truth. One of two. Number one, they ask me what's wrong. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not cool with talking right now. I need to come back to you when I'm not pissed off or upset. I promise you we'll talk about this when I'm in a good state of mind. Because I'm not trying to fly off the hinges and start screaming no more. Younger relationships, teen years, into my college years, yeah, it just turned into shouting matches, bro. That's toxic. I'm not doing that. That shit ain't cute, and I'm too old. So that's the first thing. Now, you have to understand that whole protect your peace thing I was talking about. So if I'm dealing with somebody who will not allow me to do that, right? Because I've had women in my past. I'm being honest about you with this kind of stuff. I've had women in my past when I'm fighting or I'm yo, I can't talk right now. I'm really upset. I need to just kind of calm down so we can talk about this. And some women, we need to talk about this right now. I've had that. Blocking doors, right? All that stuff. If you're in that kind of situation, remove yourself from it and remove yourself from that person. They don't respect you. That's not the right person for you. That's toxic. I don't care how you feel. Oh, well, but that's how you trauma bond with somebody, bro. That's how you start fighting and you end up having to make up. And it'd be great because you're so upset. And it's that high and low that keeps people attacked. That's toxic, bro. That's where the toxic comes from. I've been in that situation. And you think it's good because all of a sudden you're in a relationship where you have highs and lows. Like, you're like, you know, you can't stand that person. And then the next week you're head over heels for that same person. That's a trauma bond, bro. You ain't supposed to be at each other's necks and then making up and at each other's necks and then that's not, some people will do that to you on purpose. I've dated women who have done that on purpose. They try to upset you on purpose. Not no more, bro. Protect your peace. But when you with the right person, they gonna respect that. Okay, we'll talk about it later. No big deal. Once you're at that, this is the second situation where I processed it already. Hey, listen, look, this is why I'm upset, and y'all can talk about it calmly. This is why I'm upset. Y'all gotta come to some sort of resolution. You're in a good relationship, you'll come to a resolution. Doesn't mean that two people, but at least a compromise of some sort going forward. If that person doesn't respect that resolution and continues to do it, again, protect your peace. Get the hell out of there. That is emotional maturity. That is how adults handle situations. Running away or screaming or yelling or trying to do something is what people are talking about. When you give this alpha male type of stuff, first of all, and let me get to this alpha thing. I know I've said this in other videos, bro. No person alive who actually is an alpha male is self-proclaimed. If you refer to yourself as an alpha male, you are projecting. That is not alpha. I'm not sitting here and saying I'm an alpha male. I would never say that. That is not my call. That is society's call. Alpha males do not declare themselves alphas. They are declared alpha by the rest of their peers. I don't care if you're talking about a lion. A lion is the king of the jungle. Lions do not walk around roaring all day. They just walk in a room and say, yo, I'm the lion. They don't say that, but you get what I'm saying. Anybody who says, oh yeah, I'm an alpha, people always notice me, but shut up and see if you get noticed. It's always the loudest one in the room who's a fool. Those are the people to watch out for. That's a peacock, a porcupine. You know what a porcupine is? Porcupines got spines all over them because they really ain't with it. When they get bit, they got the spikes, and then that'll stop people from biting them, but they ain't really with it. Lions don't have to do that. Actual type A personalities don't have to do that. Projecting that kind of stuff, believe it or not, you're turning women off, bro. If you are an alpha male, if you consider yourself a type A personality, even if you consider yourself a man's man, you ain't got to tell nobody, bro. The whole world will know. Telling people I'm a man's man does not make you a man. Your actions and being one is what makes you a man. You don't have to be a quiet person. Even loud people can be type A personalities, but they're not proclaiming themselves anything. That's just who they are. You don't talk to women enough, bro. If that's what you think. If that's what you think that they're going for, that whole move is not what it is. And I know people follow this Andrew Tate guy. He is a millionaire. You're not. It matters. Money for some people is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Being rich. If that's what you want to attract, you're going to attract the wrong woman if you're looking for a mate. But at least you'll attract women. Sure. But y'all don't understand. This dude, and I'm not saying this, he's selling y'all a dream, bro. That's not what it is. He's trying to make money. And he's doing it because he's preying on people that just want to be that. But y'all not that. He's not that. So just understand where that whole thing comes from. You don't have to. From all of the women that I've spoken to in my life, whether it's somebody I've dated, hung out with, whatever you want to call it, been cool with, whatever. To a woman, bro, every single one of the women find dudes like that unattractive. And what I'm talking about is the dude that's yapping about how cool he is. No woman wants to go on a date and hear you talk about yourself the whole time, bro. Don't work that way. Don't care about your accomplishments. They care about you as a person. And if you want your accomplishments to be the reason that you attracted a woman, it's not going to work out for you. It never has. That projection, it don't work. Here's another thing that I gotta say too. If you are a man and you spend any time talking down on another dude, You're not a type A personality, and you damn sure ain't an alpha male. And when I say talking down on a dude, I mean talking negatively about somebody in the sense of who they are to gain accomplishment or whatever it is. You can talk about somebody as a content or whatever it is. When I'm talking about Andrew Tate, I don't mean the same thing because I don't know him as a person. I'm only talking about the persona on the internet that y'all are falling into. I think it's brilliant because from a business standpoint, y'all are getting it. But just understand, going up to these dudes or behind someone's back and being like, oh yeah, you're not this or I'm this or that and the third. Y'all have people do it to me all the time, bro. And every single time in my own head, bro, because I don't need to get into a back and forth with you. When people come at me, oh yeah, you must be this, or oh, you painted your nails, or oh, like, I know that you ain't really doing nothing. You know how I know? Because you wouldn't be writing it. Because if you're really doing it, you ain't got time to worry about that. Why would you care about what another man is doing if you were really the man? I've never seen a real the man talking crap about somebody on the internet or in real life. It's the equivalent of going to a sporting game, going to a soccer game, going to a baseball game and heckling somebody. Going to a basketball game and yelling at LeBron James from the stands. Do you think LeBron James gives a shit about you? People do it every game. You know, in a heartbeat, you would trade lives with him in a second. But you yap, yap, yap. That's what it really means. If it makes your day to get under his skin, that says more about you than him. I got people talking negative about me every single day. And I'm only using my own experiences because it involves me. I can't speak on other people's behalf. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Again, when I see any dude, okay, and the majority of them are dudes, that have something negative to say about me, the only thing I keep thinking is, damn, I'm not joking. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Because if you was really doing it, right, you wouldn't care. I never met a dude that had a lot of girls or had a lot of money or had a lot of, that would talk about somebody else like that. I never met him. Any dude I met that was doing it, they never ran their mouth like that. So all you're doing is telling me that you don't. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not going to get you nowhere. That type of energy is why you're in the situation that you're in. I'm not saying it's to talk down on you. The only thing you can do is better yourself. The only thing you're guaranteed in this world is to work on yourself, bro, to better yourself. So talking down to women because they reject you, I've seen that, right? A woman's like, nah, I'm not interested. Oh, you're mid. Bro, you just tried to talk to her. Like, what? It don't work that way, bro. You gotta be real with yourself. You can sit here and project all the crap that you want to, but until you actually do something to make yourself really happy, bro, you're gonna keep doing that. And I'm being honest, if you're in my comment section, you're one of the people, I know there's a lot of people who, this is the thing, I didn't know this thing. It's called like hate watching. People hate watch me. It's crazy. One, you had to watch the ads to get here. Thank you. More spoons and stuff for me. Two, why wouldn't you want to do something better with that time then? Because it's not going to change anything. It's not going to make anything better. I reply to people like that sometimes, bro. I'm like, yeah, I feel bad for you. So most of the time now I just block you. There's some people that can't comment on my videos anymore because all they do is say negative stuff. Like, I don't need that negative energy, and I'm not here to bicker with you. Like, I'm an adult, bro. Like, I might say one thing, but if you keep, nah, bro, I'm out. It's cool. And protect your peace, fellas. You know I'm big on that one too. If you feel like the person that you're with is toxic or they're insulting you, because I'll talk about all this stuff another day, but a lot of women will insult the hell out of you because they think it's cute. It's like third grade schoolyard dating, bro. I've seen it. I'm not joking. I've had so many women in my life hit on me by trying to like talk down to me. That's such a damn turnoff for me. I don't know about y'all, but like that talking down to me, bro. Like, nah, don't, like, anybody. I'm not disrespectful to nobody, so don't low bro me, bro. Like, I'm not finna argue with you. I'm just gonna walk the other way. Like, I'm too old for that. Again, I'm man enough to walk away from these situations and protect my peace at this point. When I was younger, I thought being a man was, scrapping. But a dude, fight. Talking to each other, just talking. For what? They win in that situation. So, Anybody who tries to little bro you, man, like, just walk away from that situation. Just dead it. Especially the women that do that. Ladies, if you insult dudes and try to, like, whatever. I know there's some women out there who actually believe that shit works. And you be trying to trauma bond these dudes into. I've had women try to do that to me, bro. Like, you're not finna little bro me. I don't, like, I'm very respectful for everybody, but at the end of the day, if you try to little bro, when I say little bro me, if you don't understand what that means, some people might not. Little bro means like you're talking to me like I'm your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, like, dudes do this to me too, though, but they talk down to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you talking to me like that? I'm not finna argue with you, but, like, why are you trying to little bro me, bro? Like, what is this? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. Especially to a random person. I'm not finna walk on your page and be like, hey, bro, you weak as fuck. This dude corny. Like, what did you get out of that? What did you accomplish, bro? Like, I don't get it. Again, I come from a different school. I'm not trying to say it, but maybe it's because I'm older. I didn't grow up on the internet. Like, I didn't get the internet until I was, like, I'm talking social media internet. Until, like, early adulthood is when we got social media. So I didn't grow up talking to people on the internet. So it's weird to me. If you want to do it, go ahead. But I just know that anybody who, man or woman, who does that, like, women who try to put dudes down for their own gain, like, you're doing it because you don't like something about yourself. And men do it too. And you can lie all you want to, and some people will come in my comment section and be like, I don't do that, you can't handle it. Bro, like, you can lie as much as you want to, but at the end of the day, only you gonna be there when you look in the mirror. And you know why you're doing it. Like, you can say whatever you want to insult somebody else that you don't know. It accomplished nothing. And if it makes you feel good, or if you feel like, well, I just got something to say, you don't like your own situation. People that like their own situations don't do that. I challenge anybody in the history of my existence to find me on somebody's wall talking negatively, on someone's comment section talking negatively. Find it. I'll wait. I've never done it. And I'm not perfect. I'm not better than you, but I'm happy. I'm a work in progress. I always will be, but I'm happy as a person. And if I don't like something about myself, I would rather work on changing that than talking negatively to a stranger on the internet or in real life. It solved nothing, but maybe it made you feel better. I don't know why people do it. I never understood it. I don't know if I ever will, but I do think it's because you only don't like your own shit. It doesn't mean you're jealous of me. You might be envious in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know why. Because I've done nothing to you, and I've achieved nothing that you can't. I didn't achieve anything. And anything that I have achieved, I've earned. I didn't cheat my way to it. And I didn't, like, insult my way to it. So, there's nothing wrong with being constructive with your partner. But fellas, don't insult your girl. Don't insult your girl you like. Ladies, don't do it either. It's just not cool. Like, it doesn't do anything. And I know it's just, you hate yourself, and that sucks. But you can change that. Whatever it is that you don't like, you can change that. You don't like your situation that you live in, you don't like something like that, there are always things that can be done. And until you exhausted all those opportunities, stop projecting that and pain on other people, because it's not going to help anybody. I hate being all like, we love the world, but I think the world just needs a lot more compassion. The stuff I see on the internet, it honestly makes me sick to my stomach sometimes. Some of the insensitive remarks that men make and women make about each other, about people who are no longer with us, you name it. Like, it's just not necessary. It's not going to change anything, and it's not going to make anybody feel better. So I just don't get it. And having that whole women suck attitude, or women having that whole men suck attitude, men don't suck. Some do. Fellas, women don't suck. Some do. I can tell you that. I've met some. But there's a lot of good people out there too. And it sucks because sometimes you got to go through some BS people in order to find them. I know. But at the end of the day, you wouldn't know a good woman or a good man if you didn't meet a shitty one. And women, if you're talking to 500 guys, like 496 are pieces of crap. So it's tough out there. You ain't gonna remember the 4 good ones. You're gonna remember the crappy ones. And same thing. Most people always remember the negative stuff. Just try to focus on the positive stuff and you'll be alright. I've been rambling at this point. Because, you know, that article, I had a lot to say about it. I probably didn't even get it all across, but I had to get it on paper. Video. Paper. I'm old, bro. Anyway, Hamburger Helper. I was supposed to go to Bonchon today, but I've eaten out like 6 out of the last 7 days. I can't. I had to make an executive decision and cook my own food for once. So that's going to be the end of the video today, man. We'll be back, though, tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.